Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Bork. In today's video we'll be covering Axie Infinity. Is it worth to try? Is this game a good investment? Is this play to earn revolution actually occurring? Let's go ahead and jump right into this. And by the way, none of this is financial advice. If you go into my activity right here, you can see I've been playing since July 28th. My initial investment was 0.6 ETH. All right, that was when I first started playing the game. And if you look at the actual game right here, I jump into the inventory. I have 2400 SLP that I have earned. If you go into Smooth Love Potion right here in CoinGecko and I convert the SLP to USD, you can see it's $432. Just in case you guys are curious, you can change it to 1 SLP, it'll be 18 cents. And if you look right here, 2400, like I said, it's $432 at the current price of 18 cents. So what comes down to it, have I made a return on my investment? No, absolutely not. If you actually jump into here and you go into my account, I've actually done a lot more things. I've bought more things, I bred, and all the different stuff. If you go into my inventory, it's 0.6 ETH. That is the return that I have made. But I believe I've spent roughly 1.7 ETH overall. So there is some work. In case you're curious, 0.6 ETH is roughly $1,900 currently. It was less when I initially started the game, but just know this is how much I spent initially, all right? That's definitely going to be a lot of money, and I think that prices it out for most people. By that I mean it's not going to be sustainable for a lot of people to play this game because of such high bars to entry. But as you can see, the price of Axie has drastically decreased. It's now 0.07 for floor Axies. A lot of these you shouldn't be buying, but you are probably wondering, Bork, why did you spend 0.21 ETH on some Axie and why are these guys worth 0.07? Well, if you actually go into top blockchain games right here, or the Dapp Radar, this is the website that shows the top blockchain games, you can see a couple of games and you can see the number of users is slowly decreasing on Axie Infinity as of the recording of this video. I like to look at math, I like to look at numbers, all right? So if you look at the statistics for Axie Infinity over the past 24 hours, there's been 24,000 concurrent users, which is actually really good in my opinion. That's really hard to achieve. Over the past 7 days, there's 128,000, and then over the past 30 days, 295,000, a 97% increase overall. If you look at how long the game's been around, initially, 2 years ago, there was like barely any people playing. There was like maybe, a couple hundred, if not that. And then all of a sudden in July, when I started playing, there was 21,000, 20,000 users. This was when a huge update occurred that allowed you to use the Ronin wallet, which made it so that it wasn't as expensive in order to do transactions within the game. But just note, the game is fairly successful with 20,000 users. But initially, 2 years ago, there was only a couple hundreds of players playing the game. And back then, if you were playing the game and you're playing now, you've obviously made an insane amount of money, because back then, Axies were worth like maybe 10 bucks, 3 bucks, 4 bucks. Now I'm paying like 200 bucks. So the initial thing that should pop up into your head, this feels like a Ponzi scheme, right? This feels like some sort of scam. Like, why would I jump into Axie Infinity now? Because the price of Smooth Love Potion is technically going to bring you there on breaking even. I made 2400 SLP. I've gotten $432 back. Technically, if I sell SLP right now at its current price, right? But if you actually look back towards a year, SLP was worth like not even a penny back then. So for anyone who sold it back then, they weren't making much. But then all of a sudden on May, they made a killing at 36 cents. Just imagine like those initial players like dumping 2400 SLP at 36 cents. This price would double. So it'd be like $800. It'd be the equivalent of dumping 4,800 SLP, and that's how much USD you would make. But at the end of the day, is it worth to jump into the game right now with the prices of Axie slowly increasing? Well, let's go ahead and jump into the actual patch updates, which changed a lot of things with Axie Infinity Season 18. So they've adjusted it so that the SLP cap for Adventure is 50 SLP. So before this was 100. So if I jump into Adventure right here, it's 50. So a lot of people don't like that change, but the reason why they did that is because they're trying to fight the fact that there are bots abusing PvE, since cards can be mindlessly played to complete most PvE levels. So they're trying to fight that issue that's occurring within the game. That's why they decreased it. And all that stuff, right? And they also increase the amount of people that can get access within top 1000 versus, just the top 300. And they obviously know that there is an issue with their game where SLP minted is higher than SLP burned. If you're wondering what is minted means that there is more SLP being created, right? People are farming SLP within the game. There is more people creating SLP than there is actual people burning it, using it for breeding. So if you're wondering how does breeding work, you go into the inventory right here, you jump into an Axie, you hit breed, and you can see I'm going to be burning 450 SLP and burning 2 AXS. That's the other currency that you can get by doing some PvP, as you guys saw earlier. So this is going to be how you get AXS within the game. So with this update, it's made the game technically more PvP oriented. And what's the first thing that happens when a game becomes more PvP oriented? You need meta Axies. You need Axies that are actually good. So you can't buy like these $200 worth Axies or these 0.07 ETH Axies. You need to buy something that's a little bit more worthy in price. Now, if you check Axie to the Moon's video, he actually spent like 0.3 ETH for a team. How much is that? If we do 0.3 ETH, it is going to be $1,000 or $982 within the current price of Ethereum. That's a lot of money to input into the game. But if you can earn, 2,400 SLP within, the first coming months, you'll get a return on your investment within the first month of the game. Personally, I feel like the average player is going to be getting a return on their investment after 3 to 4 months. So if you're okay with that, I think that's a long time to get a return on investment fully. All right. I should say you're breaking even. As soon as you start the game, you're going to be earning SLP out the gate. All right. So if you just do adventure and you earn like X amount, you earn 50 SLP, you're going to get $9 as soon as you start the game and complete adventure. Obviously, that's not a lot of money. That's a drop in the bucket. And just note, no one tells you this currently. If you jump into claim tokens, you can only claim smooth love potions every 2 weeks. So you only get paid every 2 weeks like a normal job. I don't know why no one talks about that. That was kind of a big deal to me because I earned SLP within my inventory and I really wanted to claim it as soon as I earned it. I think this is a mechanic so that you can't just dump smooth love potion and you cause this price of smooth love potion to just crash. Because if people were constantly dumping, smooth love potion, then obviously the market would have huge issues. I'm personally might dump some currently just in case the price continues to decrease, but obviously they need to introduce an SLP burning mechanic because right now people are asking, why is the price of SLP just increasing with this update? Isn't the price of SLP supposed to go up since they made it harder to gain SLP? Well, currently there's so many people playing the game that the price of SLP just keeps going down. Because so many people love this game and are actually making an income off of this game, I don't see like anyone sort of like quitting. You might have some people who are not playing anymore, but there's definitely people who are going to be continuing to play this game because they love Axie Infinity. Knowing that the price of SLP is going to go down over time, I believe it'll be, somewhere within the 10-cent range as low as it'll go. This 2,400 SLP might be $240 in the future versus right now it's 432. But it's just something to look into when you're jumping into Axie Infinity. We're looking at the raw numbers here. We're looking at the graphs and the metrics of the game. We're not talking about this based off of emotion because a lot of the times when you look at these blockchain games, you're like, I'm invested emotionally. You need to look at how many people are actually playing the game, who's actually behind the game. Is there an actual roadmap for the game before you just jump into a game and you're like, oh, I'm just going to play it because it's the next big thing and I'm going to make an income from this. Please don't look at Axie Infinity as a source of income. Please play Axie Infinity because you are actually interested in the game and you're interested in the crypto industry, NFT, blockchain gaming specifically, all right? Don't play this game thinking that you're going to make massive amounts of money because I think you're jumping into any blockchain game incorrectly with that mindset. It should be sort of an investment and it should be looked towards of the fact that you're going to lose money on these games, all right? That's the mindset that you need to have because if you think you're going to be making gains initially, that's not how like these blockchain games works because a lot of this is experimental. Let's go back to the question. Is Axie Infinity worth a try? It's worth to try if you have $1,000 to burn, you have a disposable income. But if you are someone who has no money whatsoever, you're a broke college student, you're living off of Top Ramen or some stuff like that, right? I don't recommend you jumping into Axie Infinity. That's probably one of the worst things ever. It's already tough enough for you. I don't want you to go in depth over a video game that might or might not be successful in the future, all right? Because this is all speculation at the end of the day. I don't feel comfortable giving anyone financial advice, especially if you're going to go in debt over a video game. Just please don't do that. Do your research, look at the actual metrics. They're going to be monitoring the game. I like how transparent these these patch notes are. They know that there's an issue. The developers are trying to tackle this, and they're going to be doing their best continuing forward. And I hope that they add some sort of mechanic where if I jump into my inventory, I can burn SLP in order to change body parts. Body parts dictate what move sets that I can get, or I can burn SLP in order to trade them for AXS. If you're wondering, if I go into my inventory right here, you can see that I have some AXS at the top. Maybe I could turn some SLP into more AXS. This is a more valuable crypto. If I change my AXS, it's going to be worth $542. All right, so that's pretty amazing right there. But it's just something to look into when you're playing these games. At the numbers, look at the team behind it, look at the number of concurrent players, and when you play this game, do you feel like it's actually going to be successful? But please don't jump into any of these blockchain games thinking that you're going to make an income, because a lot of these are going to be scams. A lot of these are going to take your money and they might run with it, because that's just how like this industry is currently. What I want to do with any of these games is I want to review them. I want to look at the charts. I want to look at the graphs. I want to give you an unbiased opinion, because this is me jumping into Axie Infinity at its peak periods, because a lot of people are jumping into Axie Infinity and they don't know the SLP issue that's occurring. They don't know that it's currently, hard to pick a proper Axie. If you want to see videos on how to pick proper Axies, there's plenty of people. Axie to the Moon, Bryson, Attack on Axie, those are pretty good. Axie Explained. There's so many resources that you could watch. But when it comes down to this, just note that this is an investment. I don't think Axie Infinity is a Ponzi scheme. It is currently a Ponzi scheme. Currently, it is in that way, but we can't judge the game based off of its first year of release. There's so many things coming in the future, and they know that there is an issue and they're trying to fix it. That's the biggest thing when it comes down to this. Is Axie Infinity worth a try? No, if you do not have a disposable income. Yes, if you think this game has a future and you want to see the future of crypto gaming. I know a lot of you are from the Philippines and are already playing the game, so shout outs to all the Pinoys out there playing this video game. I absolutely like Axie Infinity and I love how it's changing my home country. But anyways, if you made it this far in today's video, consider subscribing, dropping a like, leaving a comment, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. Once we hit 500 subs, we're doing a Google Play gift card giveaway, a giveaway, not a crypto giveaway. Just leave a comment on all the videos and I'll select one of the random videos in order to enter the 500 sub giveaway. Thanks so much. Have yourself a fantastic day. Hope this helped you out on your decision on whether you should be trying Axie Infinity, and hopefully I see you in the next one.